What up, boys? It's Gaz, and welcome to another video. So, we're going to be doing a Destiny PvP video today because this is what I'm inspired to make. If you didn't know, I do also play Destiny in addition to Warframe, and I've been playing Destiny for about 4 years at this point on PC. Ever since the release date on PC, I've been playing it. I played Destiny 1 quite a bit as well, so we're going to go over my favorite PvP loadout for this current season, the Season of the Hunt. I'll be going over all the weapons I'm using here, and the subclass I'm using here, as well as the exotic armor and all that kind of stuff. And this loadout actually can really dominate, and I consider it one of the best loadouts in the game for PvP. Now, this is specifically on Hunter, but you can use these same weapons on the other two classes, the Warlock and the Titan, and you can still dominate. The weapons we're using here are not as important. The other things around it, like the Glacier Grenade and the Shatter Dive from the Stasis Hunter, those you can only do on the Hunter, but you can kind of make it work on the Titan as well. I'd say you want an entirely different build on the Warlock. So let's go over it. So my main three weapons this season are going to be the Sturm exotic hand cannon, which I don't know if you can still get. Actually, no, you can still get this on Nessus. And you need to get the Catalyst as well, which will increase the stats a ton. Now, they did buff the weapon type of the 120 round per minute hand cannon, which is what the Sturm is. It's an exotic weapon. You can only equip one exotic weapon at a time. So the reason this thing is so good is because it is just so consistent at long ranges. This guy was lagging out a lot, so I don't know what's going on with him. But the Sturm with the exotic Catalyst, which comes from killing enemies on Nessus, can hit full damage values at about, I think 40-something meters. It does around 90-ish damage to the head. So we're using an armor mod called High Energy Fire. Whenever we pick up an Orb of Light, we actually get additional damage on our Sturm, and it will make it so we can two-headshot kill any player from 40-something meters away. So it's crazy. It's really, really good. And some other weapons can do this, like the True Prophecy hand cannon can do this, but that is basically impossible to obtain. You can also get the Steady Hand, which actually I was farming in this video right here. It's another 120 round per minute hand cannon. They're just really good, chunking team shot weapons. There's me again using the Glacier Grenade. We'll go over that a little bit more in depth here in a little bit. The Glacier Grenade and the Shatter Dive from the Stasis Hunter will usually one-shot enemies if you're using the Whisper of Fissures and Whisper of, I think, Refraction. The Whisper of Shards, that's what it's called. Basically, you need to have the Beyond Light DLC to get this Ice Hunter subclass, and it's very powerful. As you see right there, the 91 damage to the head. If we pick up an Orb of Light, it will be 100 plus, and it will two-shot any Guardian in the game. So that's our primary covered right there. I do highly recommend this one. It's one of the most consistent feeling hand cannons in the game. And, I mean, you could get Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades is probably a little bit better, but this thing has more range than Ace of Spades, and I just find it a very good team-shotting weapon. You get 91 damage on an enemy from one shot. If you have someone there next to you also shooting, that guy is basically instantly dead. So, yeah, it takes I think, 2 headshots and 1 body shot to kill anyone in the game. That will be overkill. And, yeah, that's because of how... We're going to show some armor stat recommendations as well here. Let's move on through the weapons while we're at it. So, the other thing I'm using basically a hand cannon, a shotgun, and a machine gun as my heavy. So this shotgun, the Fellwinter's Lie, you cannot currently obtain it, but they will be bringing it back to the exotic kiosk pretty soon. So if you don't have the Fellwinter's Lie shotgun, this is the best shotgun in the game for PvP, just straight up. You can actually go get the 7th Seraph Close Quarters shotgun, I think it's called, from just a random loot drop. So I'm showing you some of the best stuff in the game right now. It's stuff you could work towards. Like I said, they will be bringing back Fellwinter's Lie. It's not currently obtainable. But yeah, this thing can map people. So we're using Whisper of Fissures and Whisper of Shards. Okay, that's what it was called. I've got Opening Shot, and this is not a random rolled weapon either. The Sturm and the Fellwinter's Lie have the exact same rolls every time you get them. We're using the Icarus Grip mod to make it so it's more consistent while we're airborne. And on our armor, I'll show the armor mods here in a little bit too. We have 1 or 2 mods equipped to make it so we get more shotgun ammo whenever we pick up ammo from a dead corpse in PvP. A lot of our mods on our armor are focused on making the Sturm even more consistent at range. Like I said, around 40-something meters, you're going to be hitting full damage still. But we're using shotgun targeting, which is... Now, here's the thing. Now, during the Season of the Hunt, which is the season we're on right now, you get these artifact mods called, right here, Hand Cannon Targeting. You can double stack those for 1 energy each. And we also have unflinching hand cannon aim. These are not going to be here next season, so this is only going to really work super well during this season because they cost 1 energy each. We're using the Mask of Backrest as well. This is something you can target farm from the Legendary Lost Sectors. Wherever it is, it's a rotating thing every day. Just make sure it's like a 1250 or 1280 that says exotic armor helmet dropping here, and you can get that helmet pretty easily. So we're using the mods Taking Charge and High Energy Fire. So when we pick up an Orb of Light in PvP, Taking Charge will make it so we're charged with light. When we're charged with light, we do additional weapon damage. That's how you get the 2 shots with the Sturm from 40 meters away on these guys. So that is the charge of light thing. You might not have those mods come from Banshee. If you didn't get them already, it's a little bit hard to get them, but just keep checking his inventory every other day or every day, and he'll eventually sell Charged with Light, Taking Charge, and High Energy Fire, which are very, very good. I think it was just I was having some lag issues in this game, so this is not a great display of how this build works, but we'll just keep showing it. And then my final weapon, I just got this today. This is the reason I was waiting to make this video. I wanted to get this machine gun from the new Deepstone Crypt raid. I think this is the best PvP legendary you can use. The non-sunset ones. It's if you ever played before, it's basically a hammerhead, but better. It has like better base stats than the hammerhead, I believe. And then this roll right here. Here's a trick about PvP. The higher magazine size you have on your machine gun, the more ammo you get, up to a certain amount. So you don't need backup mag and extended mag on the commemoration, but you need you need something to increase your magazine size. It will give you 29 bullets, I believe, at maximum, and it will not go above that. So with just extended mag, I have enough to get 29 bullets from the pick up the heavy brick with the commemoration. But if you want to, because I could just put targeting adjuster on here, because I do have extended mag. I didn't need to put backup mag. I tested that after this. So those are the 3 weapons, guys. The primary is meant for just like chunking people from far away. The shotgun's for insta-killing someone up close. The machine gun is just like as you can see right here, like it shreds dudes if they actually get in my line of fire. So that's really deadly. It's like a high caliber auto rifle, basically. And then the rest of our kit, we have the Mask of Backrest, so it lets us teleport away and slow enemies nearby us with the Winter Shroud aspect. So that's really good for confusing people. And we have, like I said, the Glacier Grenade. You throw it at an ice wall, and then you push the air attack button, which when you have the Shatter Dive, it basically destroys people. You can kill like 4 or 5 people with a Glacier Grenade Shatter Dive combo. And with the Whisper of Shards, or whatever it's called, Whisper of something, there's a guy doing it as well. The other guy's using the same thing I am. You get increased grenade regeneration while you have this buff going. So it lets you just throw a Glacier Grenade, shatter it, kill everyone around you, and then your grenade starts recharging, and you can just do it again. So let's go over some armor stat suggestions here. For a lot of people, because a lot of people do ask me this, what are some good armor stats to have for PvP? And this is just what I'm going to recommend to you. I'm going to tell you how these things work, and you can decide what exactly you want to do. But I will tell you right now, for resilience, recovery, and mobility, I'd say that these are pretty much like not negotiable. So let's go over them in order. And for mobility, I'm going to recommend to you at the lowest 20 mobility, at the highest 100. Now what mobility does is increases your strafe speed, increases your jump height, increases your movement speed as well. So it's a very powerful stat. And if you have like 0 mobility, your strafe, when you're trying to strafe shot somebody, you're going to be pretty slow and useless. So I'd say don't go below 20. 20 is really low, but don't go below 20. Additionally, having higher mobility makes the Hunter's dodge cooldown lower. So it's a very valuable stat on Hunter. I only have about 880 on mine, or I have 80, which equates to 8, tier 8. And my dodge cooldown is not super quick, but it's also, I don't really, since the Mask of Backrest increases your dodge cooldown, I don't rely on it as much. So yeah, that's something that you can, I'd say you need a little bit of it, but you definitely don't need to go too hard into it, especially if you're playing Warlock or Titan. Just at least 20, I'd say. Resilience is going to make it where your shield is increased, and it will also make it when you break out of if you're frozen by an enemy, when you break out of it, you will take less damage when you break out of it. They made that resilience does that. Now, the important thing about resilience in PvP is that there's certain weapons that are in the meta that you want a certain level of resilience for. That's why I'm saying don't go below 50 resilience. And you know why that is? For example, the gun I'm using right now, the Sturm. If you're using the Sturm, you have to hit 2 headshots and a body shot to kill someone with 50 resilience. If you have under 50 resilience, you can do 1 headshot and 2 body shots. It makes it so it's harder to kill you with higher resilience. 50 is like the sweet spot I'd suggest you go to, but going up to 100 also has its own benefits. So, yeah, I'd say don't go below 50. I know a lot of this is like, wow, why do my base stats have to be so high, especially if you go over recovery? This is going to make it so you can win gunfights a lot easier because you're moving around a lot faster. See how right there I got frozen? When you're frozen, you're pretty much dead in this game. But yeah, I'd say resilience, pretty important. Not the most important stat, but yeah, you definitely want some of it at least. And recovery, this is the most important stat on all of armor and PvP in my opinion. I'd say you want to go either 90 or 100, and preferably 100, because if you don't have high recovery and other people do, you're just going to lose. Recovery lets you go in and out of cover and regen your health and be back in the fight quicker than the other person that doesn't have it. Say you have low recovery and some guy shoots you and you have to you back off. You don't die to the gunfight, but you want to peek back out and get back in the fight. You have to wait so much longer with high recovery. Right here is a perfect example. If I had low recovery, I'd be behind that box hiding for another couple more seconds. Since I have higher recovery, I can get back in the fight pretty quickly. Very important stuff right there. So yeah, and 100 is very, very helpful. Now these last 3, discipline, intellect, and strength, those are really the ones I'd say you can customize to your taste, and whatever you actually got on your armor. Because farming specific armor in this game isn't very easy, to be honest. So I'd say discipline and intellect are very powerful, and I'd recommend them both. And strength is not as important on Hunter because they have an ability called Gambler's Dodge, I think it's called, or it's Marksman's Dodge, or something like that, where you dodge in your enemy, you get a full melee charge back. So you don't even need strength on the Hunter. So don't really prioritize strength on Hunter. But for like Warlocks and Titans, I think Titans have some of the best melee attacks in the game. They're charged melee attacks. So you do want to have really high strength on a Titan build, in my opinion. So there's also, if you're playing Ice Warlock or Fire Warlock, their melees are really powerful. Even the Lightning Warlock is really good too. So you might want to have high strength on a Warlock build for PvP. Intellect makes it so your super regenerates faster. I don't really value this one as highly because the super is just basically a free kill button. But if you get good enough with your weapons, I don't think the super is as important, at least in like 6v6. If you're playing Warlock or something like that and you want to use like Winter's Wrath to nuke down the entire team like 5 times over, sure, you can go for more intellect. I don't like to personally crutch on intellect as much as some people do. And, it has its place. It's definitely not bad. And discipline is going to make it so your grenade recharges faster. For this specific build, the Ice Hunter, like Stasis, Shatter, Crash build, high discipline is very good to get the grenade back really quickly. But since you're getting that grenade regen already from the Whisper of whatever it's called, it's not as big of a deal, but it does scale pretty well with high discipline. So discipline is pretty good here. All 3 of these sets are good, to be fair, besides strength, because your Ice Shurikens are nice, but you usually have them up there. You can basically spam them already. So yeah, that was a lot of talk, and hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I have been definitely enjoying this loadout a lot. This game looks pretty terrible in the background right here, but still top 2 on the team. Definitely, I was not satisfied with because it was a little bit laggy, to be honest. But that's peer-to-peer PvP for you in a nutshell. And all these things are currently all these things are not currently obtainable in game. Like the Fellwinters is coming back, hopefully like this season, but it might be next season. And it is far, far away the best shotgun in PvP. Like none of them are even comparable. Unless you're using a slug shotgun, the Fellwinter's Lie is the best. And I think Sturm is personally the best. Just for consistent like damage from far away. You'll sometimes get hit by a sniper and get one shot, but that's just how it is. Like they have a 1-shot gun, you have a 3-shot gun. That's your primary. If they get close to you, you have a shotgun. You can 1-shot them there. So I'll talk to you guys next time, guys. Hopefully you found this interesting at least. I get the question of like what are good armor stats, and like my suggestion to you would here's my dream armor stat loadout for this. 100 recovery, 50 resilience, 100 mobility, and then like however high I can get the discipline and intellect, and then it's 0 strength. The Ice Shurikens are nice, but I really don't need them. If I could get my super faster and get my grenades faster, I'm all good. I really care more about the neutral game of having those high base stats and not getting like 3-shot really easily by the sturm from another player. So, wow, we actually won that game. That's really impressive. I thought we were going to lose that one. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having fun, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.